Hello and welcome to Sports Today. It's been a long, newsy day in sports, and we at Sports Today covered everything. We led it up to the Test match, starting from the Australia news where Pat Cummins was appointed as captain and Tim Payne took a mental health break. We covered everything, and we led up to the Test match, saying that we anticipated that Shreyas Iyer would get his debut 100, and it happened. But at the end of the day, at the end of 90 overs of action, not 90, a little less than that, because the play was called off a little early due to bad light. So we, at the end of the day, it's New Zealand who have done really well. They have fought back well. India were 258 for 4 at the end of day one, but they managed only less than 90 runs and they were bowled out for 345, despite Iyer getting his maiden 100. And much to people's surprise, New Zealand have really batted well. New Zealand have fought first. It was Tim Southee fighting back with the ball, and the two openers, they did the job. And at the end of the day's play, they are 129 for no loss. They haven't lost a single wicket, and they're trailing India's first innings score by 216 runs. I want to get to my colleague Saurabh here. Saurabh, at the start of the day, people would have thought India would score more than 350, 400 runs and give them a good position, and expected the Indian spinners to wrap it up, or not wrap it up, maybe run through New Zealand's batting order. But New Zealand have surprised quite a few, right? Can you say that this was New Zealand's day today?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, except Shreyas Iyer's maiden Test century, I don't think Indian team had any other moments where they capitalized. You could see the way Tim Southee, he came on, he picked up a fifer, and he was bowling in tandem. He was picking up wickets. He wrapped up. Indian team was wrapped up. We had a very good inning from R. Ashwin, but except from that, Saha failed, and we were bowled out for 345. And then for the New Zealand openers, William and Tom Latham. William,
Yeah,
mind you, William, he was not there in the starting 11 only because
yeah.
Javon Conway is injured. He has got a chance, and you see the way he has capitalized on it, the way he has batted,
Yeah.
playing against India in India, batting it out for 57 overs. It's really commendable. You could see the way they were sweeping the Indian spinners. They looked confident, and they have actually shown the Indian batsmen how you could bat in these conditions. It's very simple. It's as simple as that. Yeah, Akshay. So what do you think? What should India do next when it comes to day three's play? What would be Ajinkya Rahane and Rahul Dravid's master plan in the morning session?
Yeah, simple. As in today, you can't say that the Indian spinners didn't bowl well. They of course kept it tight. They didn't concede. In the start, they were having a run rate of over 3.5 or something, but they pulled things back well, and that control. They were showing control. It's not that India sprayed it around. New Zealand capitalized on that. It was excellent batting from Will Young and Tom Latham. We all know how experienced Tom Latham is, and young Will Young also played really well. It's so looking at it, if you expected what happened a couple of months, if you saw what happened a couple of months back when England came here, these were not the pitches. These were not the kind of pitches that England were offered. England were offered kind of rank turners, barring the first test in Chennai. Ball started spinning from the first day. So, but these are not those kind of pitches. In fact, in ahead of the match, the curator of Kanpur, Mr. Shiv, he said these are not going to be the pitches that you got when England came here. These will be good cricket wickets. That is what he said. Good cricket wickets that will not start deteriorating from day one, but only from day three. So when you look at it, Indian bowlers have stuck to their plans. They have tried their best. They didn't spray it around. They were unfortunate in a couple of moments, but apart from that, it's been good batting. So once the pitch starts deteriorating a bit, so you will see the effect. So you need one breakthrough, of course. You need one or a couple of breakthroughs. There is Kane Williamson. There is Ross Taylor coming up. So once a wicket falls, then you might see things changing on day three and end of day three. But at times there is a thought that day two and day three are very good for batting in India. But well, let's see, because the Indian spinners haven't bowled badly. But let's see.
Yeah, yeah,
Also,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Saurabh, so also, how do you rate Shreyas Iyer's innings, and should he have carried out? Should he have carried on after getting that 100 on debut? And what about Riddhiman Saha? What about Akshar Patel? The lower middle order didn't really step up today. We could have added another 50, 60, 70 runs and felt a little more comfortable. But I think we lost out on the opportunity by getting bowled out for 345.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when you're talking about Shreyas Iyer, the way he batted yesterday, when he came in India in this situation, we had lost
Hmm.
top 4 wickets, and
Yeah.
he and Ravin Jadeja, they actually pulled us out. They had a very good 100 plus stand, and then Jadeja got out in the first, I think in the first session without even scoring
Yes.
any run. Today in
Yeah.
the morning he got out to Tim Southee. I think Shreyas Iyer should have stayed on. He would have made more of this opportunity, but it's okay. These things happen, and you could see
Yeah.
that he was frustrated when he got out.
Hmm.
So, and when you're talking about Riddhiman Saha and Akshay Patel, Riddhiman Saha, I think he should have actually made use of this opportunity because Rishabh
Hmm.
Pant is being rested for this series.
Yeah.
So this is where Riddhiman Saha could have come in and he could have shown, yeah, see, I'm not just only a very good wicket keeper, I can bat also. Even when
Exactly.
you're talking about Indian condition, but I think he was out of touch, he was out of practice or something like that. He scored 1 run only, I think. When you talk
Yeah.
about Akshay Patel, that is where when I heard. Do you remember before this match? We have heard that people were comparing Ravindra Jadeja and Akshay Patel. You can
Yeah.
never compare a Ravindra Jadeja with an Akshay Patel. This is why
Yeah.
Akshay Patel can get to the wickets. I
Hmm.
think he's a better spinner. But when you talk about complete cricketing skills, talk about bowling and batting and all those things, Akshay Patel needs to improve his batting skills. He needs to learn something from his senior partners like Ravindra Jadeja and R. Ashwin. So
Arch.
that and I think India are missing someone like Washington Sundar. The way he
Hmm.
batted in Australia and England against England in India. So we need someone like them.
But I do think that Akshar Patel is young, still young. He's 26 to 27. So he has time to improve. But also the comparison is unfair between Akshar Patel and Ravindra Jadeja there.
Exactly.
Ravindra Jadeja, you can't deny that he is a great bowler in Test cricket, in all forms of cricket. But what he has done for India and why it stands out. So we have a couple of comments. Arpan is saying these are not Sibley and Bairstow, so remember that too. And they are Will Young and Latham. And then Arshat Hari Chilkar is saying New Zealand was good today. Good batting from them. Of course, it was good batting because to put 129, first time since 2016, an overseas pair has hit has had 100 run opening stand. So it's been a good start, and don't forget that they have good batsmen to come. So Indian spinners have to work hard for the wickets. Uh, so Bhaskar Markandan is saying now we should stop talking about 140 and 145 and to discuss about good length, consistent bowling, and plan to take wickets by inducing shots like Saudi clever bowling. Of course, Saudi has done it so many times in the past, and he has stepped up. So we expect Umesh Yadav and Ishan Sharma to do well, maybe in the morning session. So so sort of one final question before we wrap up. So
Yeah.
Shreyas Iyer has hit 100. So would you drop him in the next match when Virat Kohli comes? Who should go out?
I think this is going to be the toughest call for the management. Virat Kohli is our one of the most. I think he's the most successful skipper we have in
Hmm.
Test cricket, and he's all-time greats when we talk about batting also. Ajinkya Rahane he's sort of out of touch. He's not been
Hmm.
scoring runs, and obviously Shreyas Iyer has given the management a tough headache that yes, I can score runs in tough situations in Indian conditions. So will you drop me? Will you drop me in the next match when the captain comes in? That would be a really tough question. But can we really drop Ajinkya Rahane? Is
Hmm.
it time for? Is it the end of the long road for Ajinkya Rahane and Ajinkya Rahane and Titisu Pujara? Do you really think this can happen? I don't think that India is going to drop
Yeah.
Ajinkya Rahane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's a very difficult call because of course Rahane hasn't been scoring as consistently as we would all liked him to. But ahead of an important series, South Africa series is coming up. Would you want to go to a place like South Africa with an inexperienced middle order? So maybe the team management will think about that. And under this new era, Dravid wouldn't want to suddenly immediately make such big changes. Of course, dropping your vice captain who has done so well in the past is not going to be easy. But let's see, let's see. There is also a school of thought that if Riddhiman Saha doesn't do well in the second innings, and unfortunately he has to go out, then KS Bharat can come in and he can open
Oh
if
yes.
Mayank Agarwal doesn't do well, and then you can get back Virat Kohli in at number 4 or wherever you want him to bat. But these are far away. December 3rd is the second start of the second test. Immediately, We all are hoping that India bowlers find their way back. But this has been a wonderful fight back from New Zealand. You can't take that away. They are 216 runs away. They might get bowled out tomorrow. They might get bowled out early, or they might go on to score big. But it seems that New Zealand have come here to show that they are not only good at home, and they went on to win the World Test Championship. They went on to reach the World Test Championship by doing well at home. I think they have come here to prove a point in the new Test cycle. A lot of these guys have had rests. They did not feature in the IPL. They did not feature in the T20 World Cup. So they have come here with a fresh mind to prove a point, and maybe prove a point to themselves, challenge themselves. Keep in mind, India haven't lost a Test match to New Zealand since 1988. So will that change? Let's wait and watch.
Yeah, obviously.
Subscribe, keep coming back to us and subscribe to Sports Today. We will bring you all the updates from this test match and from a lot of things happening around the globe. Keep watching us. Thanks and have a very good evening.